It's gone in. Stands up well. And Elan is going to be the last one to come up. Elan back with the clerk of the course. Now being led forward. Rest of the field are settling well in the stalls. Born a Lady's rider, Rodney Dawkins, back in the saddle. 1400 metres. Field stands, lights on, away they go. And jumping away quite well from the inside was Residential Status, who's one of the first to get going, and is the leader from Shackle settling down, and Born a Lady the outside, and then Dream of Kingston followed by Elan, Annesley Storm. They were followed by Holly Bay, Cammy the outside, Inchydoney, a length and a half, Radiant Rio, and 3 lengths to Stray. Over the hill, Residential Status in front, but the boy is slowing them up. About a half length clear here from Dream of Kingston. Born a Lady is 3 deep. And they're followed very closely behind them by Inchydoney, and then came Annesley Storm over on the inside. Shackle is in the centre of that next bunch of horses too, and then Cammy, who's been trapped very wide right throughout the race. And back behind, Elan has gone up on the outside, and back behind them is Holly Bay, and then came Stray and Radiant Rio. As they come down with about 600 metres to go, Residential Status and Nectar Born a Lady, a length to Elan the outside. Inchydoney making ground 4 wide, 5 wide Cammy, who's never been able to get onto the track. Shackle is losing ground, and the rest are struggling badly. 450 to go. Born a Lady joined Residential Status and is going very well the top weight. Elan on the outside of them, and Cammy out wider from Inchydoney. Born a Lady put its head in front in the straight from Elan and Residential Status, and then Cammy from Inchydoney. Born a Lady struggling. Residential Status coming again on the inside, and Elan coming at them. It's 3 almost in line. Elan the outside might be going him a bit better. Residential Status kicks. Residential Status hit the front, and it's won. Masterly ride. Residential Status a half length to Elan. Ahead away third, Born a Lady from Inchydoney, and then came Cammy. Further back in the field then was Shackle, followed by Holly Bay. Long gap further back in the field, Dream of Kingston, followed by Radiant Rio, Stray, and last home was Annesley Storm.
Status paying $1.14.65, Elan $1, and Born a Lady 70 cents. Quinella $7 even, trifecta $27.35.
Morrissey, oh, here's a chance.
Field settling in the stalls. Whoops, Kensun rears high. Fuego gets a little upset next to it. Attendant in with Show Glen. Now Fuego's getting toey. Light, racing. Pierre's Luck got away quite well, and so did King Darius, Tradeline and Show Glen in front of Fuego, Daring Fleet, Dexterous, Kenson and Affinity. At the 1400, King Darius a half to Tradeline, a length Pierre's Luck and Fuego the outside, a length to Show Glen, 1 further back Daring Fleet. Over on the inside, Kenson, a length and a half to Affinity, and on the outside, Dexterous. At the 1200, King Darius by a length and a half here to Tradeline, and a half Pierre's Luck, a length to Fuego. 1.5 Show Glen and Daring Fleet, it's outside, a length and a half to Kenson, Dexterous, and 1 to Affinity, and it would be about 8 lengths off the lead at the 1000-metre mark. King Darius leading by 1 length at this point from Tradeline, and a length further back pulling Pierre's Luck, a half then to Fuego. 1.5 Daring Fleet, Show Glen snookered on the inside, a length and a half Kenson and Dexterous, and a length and a half to Affinity. At the 800, halfway, and still a leader King Darius, a half length to Tradeline on his outside. 1.5 further back then Fuego is the leader, given a bit more rain. King Darius slipped away and raced 3 lengths in front at the 600. Second to Tradeline, but it's been passed by Fuego. 2 lengths to Daring Fleet, then Pierre's Luck, Dexterous, Show Glen hard ridden. Affinity still last with Kenson. He's got a big break on King Darius at the 500 on the corner. He turns for home, 3 lengths in front of Fuego. They're followed by Daring Fleet, Dexterous, Show Glen, and pull to the outside Affinity. But at the 200, King Darius about 5 lengths in front of Fuego. Then Daring Fleet, Show Glen can't win from Dexterous, Affinity can't win. Oh, King Darius has made a one-act affair of this. King Darius wins by 6 lengths. Daring Fleet getting up to Fuego near the line, and then Affinity. But King Darius wins by 5 lengths, pulling up. Second placing Fuego, ahead away Daring Fleet third. Fourth Affinity. He's being still ridden hard out of the straight with a real sound out. Well back in the field then would be Ken Sun with those horses Tradeline, and they were followed also by Dexterous, Show Glen and Pierre's Luck at the rear. Official placings for the Neville Lindsay's welter. Number 7 is the winner, King Darius, ridden by H. White. Number 7, King Darius H. White first. The judge calls for a photo for the minor placings to separate Fuego on the inside from Daring Fleet. Probably Fuego has just run third from Daring Fleet in the second event on the program. Now the winner of the race, 7, King Darius, to pay $2.95 and $1. Fuego will pay $1 and Daring Fleet $2.90 are the should pays. Second placing has gone to number 4, Fuego, ridden by P. Alderman. And third placing to number 6, Daring Fleet, ridden by G. Skinner. 7, 4 and 6 in race 2. The Quinella, incidentally, was $14.80. The Quinella, $14.80. King Darius, $2.95 and $1. Fuego, $1. Daring Fleet, $1. Let's just check that. Daring Fleet, $2.90. The Quinella, $14.80. And the trifecta coming up now has paid $578.40. $578.40 was the trifecta on that event. Affinity, the slower pace early. Settling in the stalls. There's the light. They're racing. And Dream Ruler bounced out in front and Zizlis dropped out immediately to the rear. Dream Ruler led Reform City is going to take it on for the lead, settling down. The Grey Gala Wish is going to take the pair of them on now. Then Innisvale Lady, Cormiss, Normandy Bay and a length to Zizlis. Up the hill to the 1200 they race, and Gala Wish streaked away about 2.5 lengths in front here from Reform City and a half to Dream Ruler. A length to Normandy Bay on the outside of Innisvale Lady, and a length and a half to Zizlis, who's back at the rear with Cormiss. At the 1100, Gala Wish by 2 lengths, Reform City, 3 parts Dream Ruler, 1 to Innisvale Lady, a length Normandy Bay, and a length further back of the other pair as they come down the side, Cormiss and Zizlis. Gala Wish at the 800, about 2.5 lengths, Reform City, 3 parts to Dream Ruler, a similar distance away then Innisvale Lady, 1.5 Normandy Bay, Zizlis moving up on its outside, and last Cormiss. Gala Wish the leader with about 700 to go, about 2.5 lengths to Reform City, a half Dream Ruler, 1 to Innisvale Lady, a length Normandy Bay, Zizlis couldn't go forward anymore, and last of all Cormiss. 500 out on the corner, Gala Wish the leader, but only a length now to Reform City. Looking for the run on the inside, Dream Ruler, Innisvale Lady 3 deep, and here's Normandy Bay coming with a big run around them on the outside. On the corner, Gala Wish grabbed by out wide Normandy Bay. Dream Ruler trying to get a run, but Normandy Bay sprinted to the lead as they turned for home. In second placing, Reform City, Innisvale Lady, Dream Ruler now getting out after them. Normandy Bay in front. It's clear by 2 lengths to Dream Ruler and Innisvale Lady with 100 to go. Normandy Bay hanging onto the lead, but Dream Ruler's coming at it quickly, finishing all over it now. And getting up on the line, Dream Ruler comes away to win by a length and a half. Second placing, Normandy Bay, 3 lengths away. Third was Innisvale Lady, Reform City, then Gala Wish, Zizlis, and last to finish was Cormiss.
I'm home.
60, Normandy Bay 65, and Innisvale Lady 60 cents. Quinella 260, trifecta $9.10, and correct weight has been notified. Now let's have a look at the openers in race. Early leaders out in the centre, Miner's Man. Getting away well too was the Old Vic. Confucius Flyer didn't begin all that well, but is moving up along the inside to join the leaders as they settle down into stride. They were followed back behind them by Testimony and Baptise in that bunch with Mum's Pride. And the Old Vic dropping out towards the rear now with Nasinski in front of it and Keepers. Down by the 800, Confucius Flyer, a neck to Testimony, 3 deep Miner's Man, a length to Goblet, Baptise on the outside of Mum's Pride. And there's another division about 6 lengths away, Keepers, the Old Vic and Nasinski. Confucius Flyer at the 500, ahead in front now from Testimony, 1 to Miner's Man. Baptise is out 4 deep, making ground quickly from Mum's Pride and then Goblet. As they swing for home now, Confucius Flyer and Testimony the leaders, from Baptise out wide and then Miner's Man. It's Confucius Flyer, Testimony from Baptise at the 200. It's Confucius Flyer, Testimony tackling it strongly now from Baptise under the whip. Testimony got to the lead with 150 to go. He's kicking away now from Confucius Flyer, Miner's Man and Baptise, and Testimony's much too good the top weight. He goes down to win a length and a half to Miner's Man. Close for third, Confucius Flyer and Baptise went over the line together for third. Then the Old Vic, and they were followed by Nasinski further back. And then came well back Mum's Pride, Keepers, and Goblet was last to finish.
In October.
Testimony. Second was 3 Miner's Man, paid $1.10, and third 6 Baptise, paid 80 cents, just beating Confucius Flyer for third in the photo. The Quinella paid $6.35 and the trifecta $32.50. Well, the next race...
Showing plenty of speed, Mighty Zephyr. Stormy Gypsy going quickly, as is Solar Kingdom. And Bicentenary out off the track. And then Super Asset, Rocket Master very deep in a packed field. Then Springer Wing and El Rello, followed by Mad Maxine, Hasty Zip and English Mint. Then comes Silver Champagne. Second last being Retail and dropping to the rear Island Joe. Going to the 900 metres, and the narrow leader is Solar Kingdom on the inside from Stormy Gypsy. Gloam under third, then Macro Girl, Super Asset. On the fence is Mighty Zephyr. Wonder Bicentenary off the course. Next is Rocket Master. Then comes Springer Wing and English Mint with Hasty Zip, and over on the inside next as they race along past the 600 is El Rello. Then comes on the outside Silver Champagne, nearer to the rails Retail. Second last being Mad Maxine now, and about 2 lengths to Island Joe as they swing the bend. And Solar Kingdom, the bushy, leads the way by a length on Stormy Gypsy. Dittman pushing his way out legitimately on Mighty Zephyr. Macro Girl coming into the picture. English Mint saving ground along the rails. Then Super Asset. Bicentenary on the outside making a charge, and then Rocket Master. But Mighty Zephyr shot away inside the 200. Dittman riding like a man inspired on Mighty Zephyr. Hasty Zip emerging, but it's Mighty Zephyr in front. Hasty Zip second, followed by Solar Kingdom, but Mighty Zephyr's going to win it. Mighty Zephyr has beaten Hasty Zip. All Bicentenary is up there for third with Silver Champagne. Also there's Super Asset and Solar Kingdom on the rails.
Well, Mighty Zephyr, the winner there, was 20s this morning. I don't know what it started, a lot shorter than that, but that was one of Ian Craig's selections in 3DB's three-way turf talk. Adelaide, as I mentioned, our next race coming up.
On settling down as they sort themselves out as Tribal Tiger. It's now going up to put the nose in front. Just behind them, Classic Concept and Prince Travolta, Dancing Flight. Then Brave Smile off the track, Regal Meadow, Australia Free. Chiseling away forward of Magic Concept, Bodicea Boy, 4-length Shambo Star, Zoom Cloud. Then Passive and last for Home Revolver. In the straight, Derner and Tribal Tiger clear of Game Romance, hard ridden. Then Prince Travolta, who's coming home pretty well. Game Romance is the one getting right through on the inside. It's claimed them all. Tribal Tiger is bogging down, and Game Romance goes to the lead. Prince Travolta out wide. Game Romance in front. Oh, Derner got flattened. It's Game Romance clear. Second, Prince Travolta, and Game Romance wins it from Prince Travolta. Classic Concept a good third. Tribal Tiger was all over the track down the straight and seemed to check Derner. Flashing up out wide, Magic Concept. They were followed by Bodicea Boy, Dancing Flight, Brave Smile, Regal Meadow. Then further back behind those, chiseling away, Zoom Cloud, Shambo Star, Revolver, and Passive on Australia Free.
Let's have a look now at the finish of that third race in Adelaide. You'll see Game Romance in the royal blue with the pink striped sleeves on the rails, striding out. A late challenge there from 13, which is Prince Travolta, but Game Romance hangs on to win narrowly, and then perhaps on the rails it looks like number 2, Classic Concept, has got third placing 3, 13 and 2 as called in Adelaide.
Vic, are you hearing us all right up there at Kilmore?
No, it's Brian Blackmore, Willie.
Oh, it's Brian Blackmore, sorry. I knew it was a Brian. We've got too many Brians around the place. You've had a bit of rain up there, Brian.
Yes, it's just starting again, Bill. We've had showers on and off for the entire afternoon. Sun out 1 minute and rain the next. And how the favourites been going so far? Well, 2 out of 4 so far, and the other 2 have been pretty solid in the market, so I'd say punters are probably on top here. And in this race, this is the Ray Quinn Handicap, of course. It's named after a man who's been very famous in the harness racing and the galloping world for many years up at Kilmore. Yes, and actually at the moment, Bill, he's the acting secretary here whilst we await for the replacement for Jeff O'Brien, so he's a busy boy again. Yeah, no doubt about it, you know. Wonderful fellow, isn't he? Fine. If you need a job done, find a busy man to do it. OK, Brian, we'll leave it with you. Rightio. Well, now, JPEG's having his 100th start here today, and he's favoured in the race, and they start to move in pretty well at the 1600. The track is heavy, but it's not a bog track by any wild stretch of imagination. And we wait on Hunter's Privilege to come along, and also Toffish to walk in there, the last couple. Hunter's Privilege has got a great chance in this, I feel. It had its first solid run over 1600 at its last start, and ran second at Bendigo. Now they're set to go, all in. The Ray Quinn Handicap, Go Henry the inside run. Oh no, Gold Pirate wasn't set, he walks up now. Now Gold Pirate is in, the starter coming to his platform in the driving rain. Set to go. Light about to come on. There it is, we're ready now. First leg of the quadrilla, they're racing. Missing it badly, Fumical, a little bit slowly out to was nearer the inside light, the Stars. And first out was Toffish. Hunter's Privilege began nicely. Now Light the Stars burns up to be third. Behind them about 3 lengths away, Tarango Boy. Go Henry on the inside from Gold Pirate. Bright Bill trapped out 4 deep, 2 lengths for the back. Dean's Cash Fumical. JPEX back second last, and last of all Rulmore. This leader going quickly along the back past the 1100 metre point, and the leader Toffish out by 5 or 6 lengths to Hunter's Privilege, 4 lengths to Gold Pirate. On its inside came Light the Stars, 3 to Tarango Boy, a half length to Bright Bill, 1.5 Go Henry, JPEX 3 deep from Dean's Cash, then 1.5 second last Rulmore, and about 3 or 4 last Fumical, and last of all Rulmore. Past the 800 they go now, and still Toffish in front, leading by 6 lengths to Hunter's Privilege, 2 lengths to Gold Pirate. Light the Stars on the inside of it, about 4 or 5 to Bright Bill. JPEX now starting to work around the outside and coming into it. The leader's still well clear though. Tarango Boy losing ground from Fumical, Go Henry, Dean's Cash, and Hopeless Rulmore. 500 out, and still the leader Toffish by 4 or 5 to Hunter's Privilege. JPEX moving up with Gold Pirate, hard ridden, the leader collapsing now. Then Bright Bill 4 lengths away from Fumical, making a bit of ground, but at the 400, Hunter's Privilege went to the front here from Gold Pirate. Old JPEX on the outside from stopping Toffish. Then Fumical and Bright Bill. JPEX went to the front from Hunter's Privilege. Gold Pirate struggling into third place. Fumical and Bright Bill further back. But 100 starts up today, and JPEX in front with 100 metres left to go. From in second place, Hunter's Privilege. Down the outside came Fumical, but JPEX. 100 starts and another win notched up. JPEX wins by 1.5 lengths. Second, Hunter's Privilege. 2 away third. Fumical, not a bad run from Gold Pirate, Bright Bill. Then Tarango Boy, Rulmore, Dean's Cash. Light the Stars, well back was Toffish, and Go Henry last in.
Oh, he does love a bit of water about, does JPEX. And having his 100th start and his 22nd win. He's had 20 seconds and 12 thirds. Should pay 155 and 80. Second, number 8, Hunter's Privilege, 85. And third, number 5, Fumical, $1.30. Now, race. Cool River comes into the line. Dazzling Duke is ready. The last 2, Luther's Luck and Lockley's Tradition. And Lockley's Tradition being led forward. Turn side on. Now the last 2 coming in. Luther's Luck's in. Lockley's Tradition. They're all set to go. We welcome listeners to Radio Pacific in New Zealand. The field is ready for the Memsie. The Lanes Motors Memsie about to be got underway. Lights on, away they go. King Phoenix began quickly over on the inside. Cool River got away well. So did Lockley's Tradition up near the lead early. Then our Avon's Girl from Luther's Luck. Dazzling Duke, the Filbert, a length further back. Laser's Fury. King Phoenix quickly dropping back into the field with Malagadon and Globetrotter. Plenty of pace on over the hill. Lockley's Tradition's in front, about a half length to Ever Ready and a half Avon's Gold. And they're 15 lengths in front of Luther's Luck, followed by Cool River. Next, Dazzling Duke, 4 lengths to the Filbert. Next in the field, Laser's Fury. Well back, Malagadon. 3 lengths to King Phoenix, and Globetrotter last. Well, they've gone at sizzling pace. Lockley's Tradition on the rails at the 800, a neck in front of our Avon's Gold. 1.5 Ever Ready, about 3 lengths. Dazzling Duke starting to run home now from Luther's Luck. 3 lengths to Cool River, and about 6 lengths away Laser's Fury, the Filbert, and then came King Phoenix. On the turn, 500 out, Lockley's Tradition joined again by our Avon's Gold. 2 to Ever Ready, hard ridden. Dazzling Duke under pressure, but continuing to gain ground from Luther's Luck. There followed further back Cool River, and a long gap to King Phoenix. In the straight, Lockley's Tradition the inside, and our Avon's Gold together with coming at them now Dazzling Duke. Dazzling Duke raced up to join them, and Luther's Luck's running on well. Dazzling Duke took the lead from Lockley's Tradition, followed by Luther's Luck and King Phoenix late on the scene. But Dazzling Duke in front near the line. He's just the leader from King Phoenix, gobbling them up out wide. Dazzling Duke in front. Oh, I think Dazzling Duke's won at a nostril to King Phoenix. Third, either Lockley's Tradition or Luther's Luck, and then came Cool River, our Avon's Gold. Next is Globetrotter, and they were followed further back in the field by Malagadon, Ever Ready, the Filbert, and last to finish in the race, Laser's Fury. The judges call for a photo. It's a photo finish in the Lanes Motors Memsie Stakes to separate Dazzling Duke and the fast finishing King Phoenix. Looking at the replay now, and maybe Dazzling Duke's won at a nostril, and possibly even Luther's Luck's got up for third, but it's very, very close. Number 2 is the winner, Dazzling Duke. ridden by W. Trelaw. Number 2, Dazzling Duke, W. Trelaw first. Number 4 is second. King Phoenix, ridden by M. Gorham. And a developed print for third placing to separate Lockley's Tradition and Luther's Luck. Well, I must say that I am very amazed after the running of the Memsie Stakes at the speed with which they went, and particularly Lockley's Tradition. I don't know what the devil it was doing travelling at that pace out in front. They've run 1:25.2 for the journey, which on a dead track is excellent time. Dazzling Duke, a good gutsy win, but the race was made for he and King Phoenix, although King Phoenix got a mile out of it. The Filbert, well, he wasn't expected to do a great deal, but he battled on quite well in the race. And the winner on the Victorian tote, Dazzling Duke, 175 and 85. King Phoenix, $1.05. And the 2 in the photo for third, 7 Luther's Luck, $1.10, and 6 Lockley's Tradition, 60 cents. No, I must confess I'm at a loss to understand the speed with which they went, particularly Lockley's Tradition. There didn't appear to be any need for it. And they split the field up. I might have exaggerated. I said 15 lengths at the end of 400 metres, that the 3 of them were in front, but it may have been only 12. But it was a long way, and I just don't know why they were going so fast. Ever Ready sat, it was one of them up there near the lead with Our Avon's Gold. Naturally, they all got pretty tired. Lockley's Tradition did stick to its guns reasonably well. But Dazzling Duke got to the front. He got a length and a half clear, and he was getting tired on the line. And King Phoenix, coming from last with a fantastic run, has failed. It would only be a half head at the most, may even only be a short half head. Luther's Luck, another suited by the very fast pace, and he's battled on very well to be in the photo with Lockley's Tradition, who stuck to its guns after a great deal of use was made of it. Still waiting on the minor placing to come to hand after the running of the 5th race. Number 6 has run third, Lockley's Tradition. So it's 2, 4 and 6, the numbers. Dazzling Duke first, King Phoenix second, Lockley's Tradition third. We'll be back after a break. Phoenix $1.05 and number 6 Lockley's Tradition 75. The Quinella on the race $8.45. $8.45 the Quinella, and the trifecta $30.55. $30.55 for the trifecta. Correct weight has been notified now for the 5th event on the program. The numbers 2, 4, 6. Winning margin a short half head, a length and a half between 2nd and 3rd, short half head between 3rd and 4th. The time 1:25.2 and correct weight.
Get underway, and it's a very slick field indeed. This has been a great old race on the Tattersalls Club calendar since the early part of the 20th century, and this field would certainly be as good as a tramway field as we've seen in the last 20 years. Ray, what are they betting? How's Riverdale?
He's the favourite, Tappy. From the top, he's at 5-2, old Riverdale. Menuhin at 20s. Chanticleer 11-2. Some news about that horse in a moment. Roman Artist at 15-1. Pride of Indies 20s. So Tip 30s. Kiwi Kong 30s. Periscope 7-1. Double Dandy 20s. March Akita well backed at 9-1. Castle's Best 40s. Max Treasure 20-1. Be Precise 33, as is Lord Waverley. Bow Kingdom, some supported longer odds at 12-1. And Durai Blue at 20-1. Tappy, informed sources tell me that Chanticleer has worked very well in blinkers through the week, and you can expect a big improvement on that horse's effort at Rosehill last Saturday.
Good, Ray. Well, I've tipped him again, as a matter of fact, Chanticleer. I think the 1,400 metres is going to suit him better than the short trip last week, too. Noel Barker rides Riverdale naturally enough. Let's see what he had to say earlier when he spoke with Ray Hadley.
Well, 9-minute race today. Good luck to you.
Gates open, off and running in the Van Heusen Tramway Handicap. A fairly even start, and towards the outside, Lord Waverley is one of the first out. Chanticleer immediately went to the lead, however. Be Precise and Pride of Indies are quickly into stride, and Roman Artist slipping up on the inside into a prominent spot. At the head of the others, Castle's Best, and then Periscope and Kiwi Kong and March Akita dead set midfield on the inside rail. So Tippers rushing around them 3 deep, and further back then Durai Blue, Max Treasure, and then Double Dandy, followed by Bow Kingdom and Riverdale
and Manuan are both a mile back. They're the joint tail enders as the field nears the 800 metres mark, and Chanticleer held together as the leader. Be Precise in second place, running third. Roman Artist on the inside as they near the turn, and then Lord Waverley and Pride of Indies a length and a half further back. Castle's Best at the head of the others, So Tip as they near the turn, and then Periscope, March Equita, Kiwi Kong as well back. Double Dandy moving around the field at the head of the others, Bow Kingdom, and then Durai Blue followed by Manuan and Max Treasure and Riverdale. Last of all as they turn for home, and will have to do a super job over the rise, and Chanticleer has kicked away. Chanticleer booted away, full of running, coming to the 200. He's got them struggling, little Chanticleer. Lord Waverley got to second, then Be Precise followed by Periscope and March Equita. Chanticleer's in front with 100 to go. Lord Waverley, Periscope and March Equita can't pick him up, and Chanticleer, boy oh boy, what an improvement with the blinkers on, and Chanticleer got the money. March Equita flashed home wide out to get second. Third probably Periscope just in front of Lord Waverley, Pride of Indies. Then Be Precise, Riverdale made up a ton of ground, so did Max Treasure. Then Castle's Best and Manuan, Bow Kingdom, So Tip and Kiwi Kong. Well back in the field is Roman Artist, and the last couple of Durai Blue and last year's Tramway winner Double Dandy. Chanticleer, he wanted two things. He wanted the blinkers and he wanted 1,400 metres. Gee, you wouldn't credit the difference between the 1,200 of last week's race at Rose Hill and the 1,400 at Randwick today. Chanticleer led today at the 1,400, led on his ear. At Rose Hill last week, he was niggle, niggle, niggle all the way to keep in touch with them. You just can't compare a 1,200 at the Hill and a 1,400 at Randwick. But boy, what about those blinkers? Chanticleer today was blocked out from distraction. He just looked straight ahead at that big stretch of turf in the Randwick Straight, and he said, home I go, Mickey. And Chanticleer with El Dittman on top has annihilated the Tramway field. He's only a little bloke, a blocky little horse, a 4-year-old bay or brown stallion by Hall Pack out of Nolesk, and is owned by Robert Holmes at Court. And there's the clerk of the course picking him up right now to bring him back. OK, the next on the agenda out here is the Subaru Chelmsford Stakes. What are you tipping, Ken Callender?
Randwick this afternoon is one of the most famous races on the Australian turf calendar, the Chelmsford Stakes. And it looks as though the 4-year-old mares, Heat of the Moment, Shankill Lass and Just Now, are the horses with the best form. Well, I'm crossing out the Queenslander Just Now. She needs a mile and a half or 2,400 metres, not 1,600 metres. Now, I know she won at 1,400 last start in Brisbane, but that was because Lord Penn put the speed on all the way. Today, Orb will be bowling along in front. There won't be a great deal of speed, and it'll get down to the horses that can sprint and accelerate. And because of that, I'm going for Shankill Lass to beat Heat of the Moment. Of these two, I think Shankill Lass is just the fitter of the two. Heat of the Moment has had one run and now steps straight up to the 1,600. Shankill Lass has had two before stepping up to the 1,600. And last start in the Warwick Stakes, I'm sure that Shankill Lass was a better run than Heat of the Moment. I think she's nearly a good thing. TAB number 7 in the Chelmsford Stakes, Shankill Lass.
And Ken, my boy, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Right numbers official on the Tramway, 3, 10, 8. Chanticleer first, March Equita second, and Periscope was third. 3, 10, 8 official. We're going to pause now for an important break, and then Wide World of Sports resumes.
Right, Bill, they're set to go here now. Ready, light flashing, racing now. They've jumped away in a good line. Irish Poet, one of the first out, beginning smartly. Naylord and Good Old Days. Yarrawurra up in that leading division as Naylord now goes to the front. Over on the inside, Sandy Rigo from Spring Pleasure trapped out a bit deep. Then Dead-Eye Dick, well back Amelia's Pride and Windsock last of all. Down the hill towards the 800, and Naylord in front by a length to Irish Poet. Yarrawurra, Spring Pleasure moving up 3 wide. 1 away, Good Old Days, a half to Sandy Rigo, a length to Dead-Eye Dick, and 3 to Windsock and Amelia's Pride. Along the side of the track, 600 out. Naylord in